Am I correct? I've got it on big screen. There we go. I'm on big screen. Let me know if you can see the big screen. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday night Gift of Legacy training on the psychology behind your name list. My name is Chris. Thank you for hopping onto the YouTube live streaming. This is the first time that I'm using the platform called StreamYard. Normally we're used to doing Zoom. So I've got a little bit of what you call anxiety. That's a word that I made up. What does anxiety stand for? What does that mean? Anxiety is excitement and a bit of anxiety at the same time. I'm just hoping and praying that it's working and everybody can hear me and see me. I'm sure I'll get a message very soon if I'm not. So my name is Chris, and yet again, I just want to say welcome everybody to the call this evening. Very quickly, a little bit about myself. Hang on a second, replay to the email. Okay, there we go. Yes, it's all working. I can see the chats. Brilliant. Awesome. Very quickly, who am I? Why am I here? Why am I talking about a very simple thing as a name list? A very elementary thing is a name list. Before getting to this point, I'm just going to quickly tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in South Africa, in Johannesburg, and I went to school just like most people. And after school, I became a waiter in a restaurant, got a lot of experience there, learning to deal with people. Why am I telling you this? Because I was a very anxious child, a very closed child when I was younger. Socially, I didn't have any skills. I was an introvert, and I was very scared of people when I was younger. And a lot of people look at me now and go, gee, Chris, look at you. You're such an extrovert. You could talk to so many people on a Zoom. It wasn't always like this. I was terrified of speaking to people. And working in a restaurant, that's where I learned to overcome a lot of fears and learning to deal with people. And, after that, I wanted to get into traditional marketing. I studied in the evenings. I've got my marketing degree, and I've got a job in the corporate world, and really enjoyed that. I was climbing the corporate ladder, so to speak. And at a very young age, at the age of about 23, 24 years old, I was exposed to the network marketing industry. And, it's something that just resonated with me. It involving working with people and building teams. And this is where I've got experience working with people and building teams at a very young age. It was about a 4-year period. And at that time, that's when I would say I earned the most money in my life, and I had the most time freedom in my life. And it's a beautiful, beautiful industry. But from there, I decided to go into direct sales, which I did for 10 years. And the thing with that is money is good, but you are unemployed until you make your next sale. There's no passive residual income. You're totally reliant on yourself. Just over 10 years ago, I started my own children's toy company, an international toy brand that I ran for just over a decade. And we all know what happened. COVID kicked in, and my business just basically froze, went on ice. And the network marketing industry knocked on my door again. And I very silly got involved in a company, an online crypto company. And I was really enjoying it. I thought it was legal, and put all my eggs in one basket. And like a lot of people probably on this call, probably watching this recording, have seen the asses. There's a lot of dodgy things out there. There's a lot of scams out there. And I was one of those people. And I got wiped out. Beginning of last year, I got totally financially, emotionally, spiritually wiped out. I was literally on my knees. And it was last year in January where the gifting community crossed my path. Now, gifting communities, as we all know, we've watched presentations, have been around for decades. And here I was at the age of 46 at that stage, and I've never been exposed to a gifting community. But everything happens at the right time when it's meant to happen. And I saw it and absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I threw my heart, my soul into it. This was the precursor program. And worked and built teams of thousands of people. And here we are, over a year later. Gifts of Legacy will be 9 months old in about a week and a half. And boy, what a journey. What a journey. Sure, we've had some speed bumps along the way, but that's normal. Challenges in life is totally normal. But let me tell you something. Where we are Gift of Legacy, we are rock solid. We are stronger than we've ever been before, and we are ready. We are ready to take the gifting community to the next level, literally to the next level. I'm excited. I am absolutely over the moon. There we go. New Earth economy. That's what it's all about. Guys, we are changing lives around the world. We are changing lives, and we're going to be changing many, many lives. So, so let me jump straight in. What am I going to talk about tonight? I'm going to be talking about something very basic. We're talking about really going back to basics, a name list. And you probably think to yourself, oh, Chris, please, what's a name list got to do with a gifting economy? That is so like old school. No, it's not. There's something so important about a name list. That is your foundation. And the thing is, that less than 5% of people have made a name list. And let me tell you something. Every single person that has made a name list, I can tell you right now, is succeeding. Every single person. But the first thing that you have to do is you need to look at the foundation. It's like sowing seeds. We all understand the concept of sowing seeds. What you first got to do is you got to get the soil fertile. You got to get the soil right. So the first thing you got to do is you first got to get yourself prepared, and you got to get your mindset right. Now, when it comes to a name list, we're talking about intent. We're talking about manifesting. We're talking about visualizing. Now, I was exposed to manifesting and visualizing probably about 25 years ago. My foundation is self-development. I was actually looking at a book I haven't read for a while. Here we go, Mind Power into the 21st Century. This is the first book that I read on visualizing. This is John Keogh. A lot of people have heard of Robin Banks, and he runs a whole lot of seminars. Another book is Think and Grow Rich. I'm sure many people have read this book, Think and Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. Another book that popped in that I wanted to show everybody, The 7 Secrets of Synchronicity. Another one, Secrets of Success. This is just, oh man, you will see my library of books. I've got over 300 books. I just quickly picked about 5 books that I sort of resonated with that I wanted to show everybody tonight. Here we go, The Breakthrough Experience by Dr. John F. DeMartini. These are just a handful of the books that I read at a young age. And this is all about just getting the mind right, getting your mindset right, and putting the energy and intent into everything that you do in life. And I'm talking right down to a name list. So before I get started with that, I've got a very short clip by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm sure many of you have heard of him before. And this is talking about the power of writing, the power of taking a pen, a normal pen, and putting it down on paper. So I'm just going to play this quick 6-minute clip, and then we're going to get stuck right in. So let me see if I can get this right. There we go. And I'm going to press play. Here we go.
So when people begin to say, what is my intention? And make it clear on their intention. And they write it down. Now the research shows that less than 2% of the Americans actually write their intentions or goals down. The ones that do actually write them down, they have an 80% chance of reaching those goals if they write them down. So when you write something down, you're telling your brain that you mean it. It's a direction that you're moving, and it has to be ongoing. and it's a to-be statement. A to-be statement is something that you're evolving into. Once you get clear on your intention, you're sponsoring thoughts, the list of reasons why you want to be healthy. Because those sponsoring thoughts are really going to be the driving force to get you going in that direction. If it's healthy, you may have vitality. You may want to look better. If it's wealth, you want freedom. That's what you really want. You want freedom to do whatever you want, right? So when you begin to define your intention and you couple it with a sponsoring thought, now you're giving your body a taste emotionally of what that future is going to be like. Now, the next step is to plan your actions. Master your day, one day at a time. So now you've already dismantled an old part of yourself and you say, today, the thought I'm going to have is that I am a genius and I accomplish everything. Or I live in no time and the universe provides for me. The universe lives in my favor. What behaviors am I demonstrating? I'm going to get up and I'm going to work out, or I'm going to read that article on success, or I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to make a choice. And then I'm going to elevate my emotional state. I'm going to keep my energy up the entire day today. Just that simple process, you've already changed on a biological level. Now, if you get up and you prime, review, and remind yourself who you're going to be, then the next step is you warmed up your brain and body to be in that personality. Get your behavior to match your intentions. Now take it out for a test drive and accomplish what you set out to do during the day. In other words, when you get your behaviors to match your intentions and your actions equal to your thoughts, you get your mind and body working together. Now you are mastering exactly what you set out to do. And now when you begin to experience the effects of your choices, those new experiences then begin to reaffirm the emotion that you created from your sponsoring thoughts. Now the loop is starting to change and your choices begin to become a new habit. Track your changes. Take a moment and journal or have a little board on your wall and say, I got up earlier, I did a 20-minute walk, I did deep breathing exercises before I went to bed, I feel great, I'm going to do it again. And my definition of a genius is being uncomfortable and being okay with it. And when I can stay in that place of uncertainty and unknown, and I can transmute that energy into clarity or gratitude, that I can get my energy up even though there's chaos around me, then I'm filling that void between the old self and the new self with information. And when you change your energy, you change your life. In other words, you're so busy being elevated, you know you can't predict what's going to happen. You're just very clear you're not going to go back to those familiar cravings and familiar urges. And finally, cue your environment. Take a moment and on your dashboard of your car, or on the desk at work, or on the mirror in your bathroom, or on the refrigerator, remind yourself what your future is. Simple little cues, simple words or pictures. And if you keep your conscious mind on what you want, your subconscious mind will take you there. The hardest part about change is not making the same choices you did the day before. So you can say to yourself, okay, I have some pretty tough thoughts I have to overcome today. Let's just put them out and drag them out for observation right now so I know that when they come up, I'm aware of them and they're not me. That's the old self. And if you begin to look at your choices and the behaviors and you say, you know what, I've been a victim for too long. I'm not going to complain to anyone or anything about anything today. I'm going to make excuses for myself. Those are the two things I'm not going to do. Just not going to go there. If you were to take a minute and really begin to ask yourself, what part of my old self can I not bring to my new future? Because if I want to be a healthy or wealthy person or a genius, I can't bring these thoughts. That's an alignment with my future. So when you begin to realize that this is the person I'm going to create, these are the things that I have to leave behind, that simple analogy will begin to help you get clear on the direction that you're moving and allow that energy to push you. Now that energy is like the flame on the alchemist's crucible. It's going to turn base metals into gold. It's going to remove the dross. And so purification comes with quite a bit of agitation. There's got to be a stirring that takes place, and I think that most of us in the last year or two have felt this incredible stirring inside of ourselves, and that's because the energy is so intense that our nervous systems have to really adapt to it. So I think our purpose in life is really to remove these layers, these masks, these habits and emotions that block the flow of the divine within us.
There you go. How cool is that, Dr. Joe Dispenza? I love the part we spoke about habit. Now, habit is something where you make or break a physical habit in 21 days. And then you also make or break an emotional habit, a mental habit, and that takes 90 days. So it's something that if you do something on a consistent basis and it becomes habit, it's something that you don't have to think about. So it's all about visualizing. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to manifest in your life? All about visualization. Now, on my desk over here, I've got a silver coin. Now, let me put this closer over here. Right, you can probably see this. This is a Kruger Rand. This is a South African silver Kruger Rand. Why have I got that? I've got this on my desk because that's attracting abundance. It's attracting wealth. It's something that I look at every single day. And silver also represents a silver board. A silver board. And then over here, look what these are. This is gold. Gold Kruger Rands. Okay, we all know the value of a gold Kruger Rand. Okay, so yeah, I've got a couple of them here. I've got 7 Kruger Rands. All right, but the only difference with these ones, the gold ones, if you check this out, it's chocolate. There we go. It's a chocolate Kruger Rand. I'm sure you've all seen these in the stores. You're thinking, why have I got gold chocolate Kruger Rands sitting on my desk? It represents the gold board. It represents gold. Gold represents wealth. And that's something that I look at and I focus on and I visualize every single day. Because what you think about and what you talk about is what you create. We create our own reality. And we've got to be so careful about the words that we use. The words that we use. If we knew how powerful, number one, our thoughts are, you would never think of a negative thought in your life again. And the power of your tongue is a double-edged sword that can make or break a person. And we've got to be so conscious of what we're saying to people, because people are very sensitive out there. Somebody could be having a really, really bad day, and just one beautiful gesture, one beautiful word, a smile coming out of your mouth could stop a person doing something pretty hectic. There's a lot of people that are desperate out there, and it's up to us to just be the light, be the sunshine, be the hope in people's lives. And that's what we have. That's what we have in our hands right now. It's about grabbing what we have with both hands and holding on to it as tight as possible and sharing it to absolutely everybody. So when it comes to making a very simple thing as a name list, where do you start? Where do you start? As I mentioned right in the beginning, a very small percentage of people have actually made a name list, but it's very linked to goal setting. I'm sure many people have read books on goal setting. People have probably done courses on goal setting. People that write down, but I'm talking about not taking your phone and making notes. I'm talking about good old-fashioned pen with ink in it and paper. Good old-fashioned paper. And taking that pen and actually writing it down. You're writing out your intent. You're writing out what it is that you want to achieve. But here, by writing a person's name down on a name list, this is a person that you're going to contact, that you're going to share a gift of legacy with. You're putting out your intent. You're putting it out into the universe. You're putting it out there. And that's the power of just writing it down. And you know what starts to happen? is there's a word called synchronicity by Carl Jung. I'm sure you guys have heard the word synchronicity. It's a meaningful coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens in life for a reason. Now, how many times have you thought about somebody, okay, and 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, the phone rings, or you get a text message and you think, oh my hat, I was just thinking about that person. I was just thinking about that person. How does that happen? Because everything works on frequency. It's like tuning into a radio station. Now, you think about tuning into a radio station, you kind of like turn the dial. Right, nowadays we push buttons, but I'm talking about the old days. You had to like tune in and go, hello, this is radio. That's new. You got to tune in. And once you get tuned in, you are now connected to that frequency so you can hear what's coming through. It's exactly the same with human beings. We all resonate at a certain frequency and we pick up on it. So it's exactly the same thing with making a name list. So when you write a person's name down, let me tell you something. You're going to experience things that are going to absolutely blow your mind. Because the amount of times that I've had it where I've written a person's name down, and I've sent them a message and they say, Chris, you're not going to believe it. I was just thinking about you. Now, this is the level of the importance of a very simple but effective thing is a name list. So where do we start? Where do we start with a name list? First of all, you do not prejudge. Now, prejudging is when we decide for somebody, yes, this is for them. They're going to absolutely love this. Let's put their name down. And then you think about somebody else and you just about write the name down and you go, no. This person's too busy. This person's too rich. This person's too poor. This person's too this. This person's too that. And let me tell you something. When it comes to busy, if you want to get something done in life, give it to a busy person. They'll get it done. And so don't ever prejudge, because let me tell you something. It's caught me with my pants down a few times where I've personally prejudged. And let me tell you something. The person that you think is going to see this and go, oh my word, this is the best thing I've ever seen, are the ones that are like, nah, not for me. And then the other people, the ones that you think that are not really going to be interested, are the ones that turn around and go, where's this been my whole life? This is exactly what I've been waiting for. So where do we start off? Here we go. We start off with this little device that every single person on this planet has got. Did you know that there's more cell phones on this planet than there are human beings? So there's more than 8 billion cell phones on this planet. We all got one. We all have a smartphone. You know what? Take your phone out. If you got your phone in front of you, and I can see the text, which is pretty cool. I can see the messages here on YouTube. First time I've been able to see that. I want you to take your phone out, and I want you to go to contacts, right? So you click on contacts. You can't really see the screen so well. You can't, but you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. You go to contacts, and you go to how many people you've got on contacts. iPhone and Android work a bit differently. So just go into the settings and just see how many people you've got as contacts. Type it. If you're on the call and you're able to type it, type in how many people you've got as contacts on your cell phone. I'm actually going to do mine right now. Here we go. I'm going to type it in here. I'm going to type in how many contacts I've got on my cell phone. 1,167. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, I had no idea. I didn't know I had that many contacts on my cell phone. 1,000. Holy moly, Adele. 5,119. Hey. Yo. And I'm talking about making a name list of 100 people. That's quite embarrassing. Oh my word. 5,000 people. Wow. Get your phones out, guys. That's where we got most of our contacts. Bernice, 1,323. Wow. You know what? Do you know the average amount of contacts that a person has globally on their cell phone is 472. 472 people. That's the global average. Corin, I see there, 256. Beautiful. It's over that 100 mark. It's over that 100 mark. So we're talking about minimum. And like I said to you, don't prejudge. You get the pen and paper out and you write down, number one, you write the person's name down and you write their phone number down. You write their name, you write their phone number. You write their name, you write their phone number. You can stop at 100 if you want to. And what do we do? There we go, Jose, 1,025. Wow. Bix, 1,447. Whoa, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So my phone doesn't show me. David, send me a message. I'll have to show you how to find the contacts. So what do we do? Now, what you don't want to do is get into a full, wow, Stephen, I think you've broken the record. 8,047 people contacts on your cell phone. Yo, I don't know what industry you've been in, but that is a lot of people. Holy moly, wow. Okay, so you got your name list written down. Now, you don't want to get involved in a whole long conversation and trying to explain Gift of Legacy, what it is, over a text, over the phone. You're just going to confuse a person. It's just too much information. You don't want to overwhelm a person. There's a concept called drip feeding. Drip feeding means that you're giving people information little bit by little bit by little bit. Now imagine if you go to hospital and you've got a drip in your arm, they take that whole drip and they squeeze it into your body. It's probably going to kill you. Now, if you look at a nurse, what they do is you've got a drip in your arm and there's that little, you've got the tubes and you've got that little thing and the little things go drip, drip, and then they regulate it. So you're getting faster drips and slower drips, but you drip feeding. It's exactly the same concept. You're giving people a little bit of information, but drip feeding, not to overwhelm a person. So I always like to talk about being the messenger, not the message. Now, there's a bit of psychology behind that. Let me explain to you now why. Now, imagine if you've taken all your time and you're busy typing a text. Oh my goodness, I found this thing called Gift of Legacy and it's amazing. It's $100. And then you find two people that are like-minded, like-hearted, and there's a legend on a board and you give the legend. And then what happens is the boards move and there's four boards and there's you start at the bronze and you go silver and you go gold and then you go platinum and there's perpetual boards and the perpetual means got ongoing and whoa, the person's going to go, what is this person on about? This doesn't make any sense. You've actually scared them away. If somebody had to send me a message like that, you know what I would say? No, thank you. This is not for me. So what we do is we've got all the beautiful tools in place. It's taken us the last 9 months of putting beautiful trainings together and putting beautiful videos together. And the reason for that is because let those tools do the job for you. So we've just finished putting a link tree together. Melissa put it together. It's it's been on all the groups the last 2 weeks. It's gone out there. Everybody has seen it. The link tree is basically a summary of all the 6 most important video clips. But it starts off with a 90-second clip. Then you got the 3-minute doodly. You got the 6-minute doodly. You got the 22-minute overview that Tim did, one of the best overviews that we have. So what you do with that is you send the person just the link tree, but you don't just send a link tree and don't say anything at all. If you look at the A to Z document that I finished putting together also about 2 weeks ago, that A to Z document should be on all the groups, 155 pages of the A to Z, the ins and outs, the nuts and bolts of Gift of Legacy. There is a page there where it's on getting started with a bang. Just look at the index and just see the page that it's on. I put a couple of scripts there where you can, 2 or 3 liners of what to say. The link tree is now on the Academy, on the profile. Whoa, how cool is that? How cool is that? You can just go into your profile. The link tree is there. And in the link tree is the A to Z document as well. I put a couple of little scripts there. The reason being is You might go, I don't know what to say to a person, but you don't become a parrot either. So you can't say the same thing to every single person because you have a different relationship with these people. But the most important thing is going, zip, saying as little as possible. I also like to call it sharing the trailer, not the movie. You're thinking, all right, what is Chris talking about there? How many times have we watched a really cool movie and then we go out for dinner with friends and you might talk about a movie and say, yes, I've seen that movie. Oh my goodness, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. You must see what happens. These are a whole lot of bank robbers and they get onto a train and they're doing this. And the main actor, you know that main actor, he acted in that other movie, can't remember his name, that main actor, that dude. Oh, that one. Yes, I remember that actor. Right. So anyway, so he's the main actor, right? And you're not going to believe it. He dies. The main actor, the main dude, he dies in the movie. The person's going to look at you and go, I might as well not even watch the movie. Chris has actually just destroyed the movie for me. It's exactly the same concept. If we give too much to a person, we could be possibly ruining the biggest opportunity in a person's life. So the most important thing is giving a person just a little bit of info. So when it comes to sending the link tree, hey John, how you doing? We haven't spoken for a while. Listen, I've come across something pretty exciting. I want to send something to you. Have a look at it and let me know what you think. Zip, that's it. So now what you've done is you've sent that link tree out. And once a person has the link tree, they can see that it's got 90 seconds, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 22. They can watch it drip feeding at their own pace. So doesn't feel like you're hounding somebody. Hey, watch this video. Have you watched this? Okay, now you watch this video. Watch another one. Watch another one. Not watch another one. No. Imagine that you get this and you can watch that at your own time frame. Now, I've used it personally with success, and that's why I'm so confident sharing this with you, because I will never share anything with anybody unless I've personally done it myself. So I'm normally like the guinea pig. And let me tell you something, sharing the link tree, I've had people coming back to me 2 days later saying, Chris, how do I join? How do I join? That's it, because everything is there. Did I have to try and convince anybody? No. Did I try and sell anything to anybody? No, not at all. Not at all. I didn't sell anything. All I've done is shared something with somebody to look at in their own time. There's a very big difference between convincing and selling. That's old school. Those are like 1980s, 1990s days. We live in a different world. We share things with people. And you know what? It's like going to a restaurant, as an example. You go to a restaurant, the waiter comes around to take the orders, and a person says, yes, I will have this. Goes to the next person, yes, I will have this to eat. Thank you very much. And then comes the next person, no, I'm not interested. I'm not going to have anything tonight. The waiter's not going to turn around and go, oh my goodness, I feel rejected. This person just said no to me. They're not eating anything. No, all the waiter does is just goes to the next person. What would you like to eat? It's exactly the same thing. So when it comes to sharing the link tree, it's about wait, all right, write it down over here. It's your having no expectations on the outcome. Having no expectations on the outcome. That is the most important thing. So you're sending it out with intent that that person's going to get it and they're going to love what they see. But you cannot have any intentions in the way of if the person comes back and says, no, this is not for me. You don't want to take the rejection personally. So if you had to go and send a whole long text, a long message like this, trying to explain everything, and they come back to you and say, no, it's not for me, you're going to take that personally because you put a lot of emotion, thought, and feelings into that text that you took time to write, So if a person says no, you're going to feel rejected. We're human beings. It's the way it is. But if you send a link tree and a person says no, guess what they're saying no to? They're saying no to the link tree. They're saying no to the information. They're not saying no to you. So that's why it's very important to make that distinction. So very quickly, I'm looking at something on my desk over here. Right. Today, I've been talking to my girlfriend Lucinda about the importance of writing a name list. And you are never going to guess, while I was sitting upstairs, busy setting everything up here for tonight, it was about an hour. It was about an hour, hey? Yeah, it's about an hour. I walked downstairs, and you'll never guess. Can I show everybody? Please, come on, let me, yeah. Check this out, guys. Here we are. Page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. And we're sitting at 114 people. There we go. That's what a name list looks like. It's as simple as that. My girlfriend wrote this out in just on an hour. Just on an hour. And guess what? She's getting ready to send the link tree out to every single one of these people. Now, you can decide, I don't want to say to people, you have to do X amount per day. Like saying send 1 a day or 2 a day or do 10 for the week. That's purely up to you. We've all got different lives. We've all got different responsibilities. We've also all got different amounts of time that you can put into anything in life. So I'll say whatever resonates with you, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want to take your name list of 100 people and sit over the weekend on a Saturday, now that's the best time to text the person. It's actually statistically from 4 p.m. on a Friday onwards is the best time to send a person a WhatsApp or a text, because during the week, people are busy. So you can take the full 100 and you can sit down and send the link tree to 100 people in one go if you want to. Purely up to you. Or you can set yourself a little goal of doing bite-sized chunks and send 2 a day for the next, let's see, 2 a day would take you to 60 in a month. That would be basically 120 people in 2 months. And if you want to do that, you can do that from a consistency point of view. Totally up to you. And what you can do is you can track it, write it down, use a highlighter. Once you've sent it out, put a highlighter, put a tick, make notes, that type of thing. And all you do is just send that link tree out. It's as simple as that. And if you think about it, look at the old days. In the old days, what would you have had to do? You would have to pick up a phone call. Those old ones with the wires that were attached to it. You'd have to go zzz, zzz, and phone the people, and you'd have to try and explain all this type of stuff. You know how hard things must have been in the older days? Guys, we're living in the technology age, and we need to embrace technology and use the technology that we have at our fingertips. Use the technology, and it's as simple as just writing down the names and just sending the link tree to every single person. And I can promise you right now, you do this and you are going to have success. You're going to have success. Myself, what am I going to do? I'm just one of these people that are like, go big or go home. I'm just, on Saturday, I set the time aside and I'm going to be hitting all 100 on Saturday. That's what I want to do. I'm going to do 100. How are you going to do it? Don't know yet. A few a day. A few a day. Yes. There we go. You just said how many you want to do. Set 2 a day, 3 a day, 5 a day.
Yeah, 30 days.
30 days. That's it. Yeah, so if you do 5 a day, 30 days, there we go. 30 days is done. So, you know what? Why don't we do a 30-day challenge?
Yes.
When are we going to start it? On the 1st of October?
Yes.
What day is that? That's on Friday, eh?
That's Saturday.
Saturday, 1st of October. All right. 30-day challenge. It's on.
Yep.
Cool. Let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So I think that's a good idea. Let's set a 30-day challenge. And in the month of October, you will have sent that link tree to the minimum of 100 people during the month of October. Let's have a bit of fun with this, guys. Let's have a bit of fun. And you know what? The excitement and the energy. A lot of you guys know I haven't had the chance the last 9 months to actually build a lineage and share Gift of Legacy with people. I've had a name list that has been itching. And you're probably thinking, well, Chris, you've had this name list. Why haven't you shared Gift of Legacy? The reason being is, each person, when they join, you need to help them. You need to get them onto a group. You need to get them the right documentation, the right information to them. Let them go through the training, because your job is to help them to get their first 2 people. Because at the end of the day, it's all about duplication. If it doesn't duplicate, don't do it. If it doesn't duplicate, don't do it. So, I've been, as a lot of you know, obviously being a co-creator of Gift of Legacy has taken up a lot of time. It's taken up a lot of time, and I just haven't had the chance to do it, because that A to Z document that went out 2 weeks ago, guys, when I talk about 14 to 16 hours a day putting that document together, I'm not lying. There's no joke there. Now that all the tools are in place, and now that the system is as rock solid and as beautiful as it is, guys, we're ready to take this to the next level. So let's start the challenge. I'm actually going to put some documentation together tonight. I'm going to put it out on all the groups, and I'll have the recording of the session out tomorrow morning. And I'm going to ask Adele to put some nice posters together. And I reckon what we do is, let's all, as a community, let's start a 30-day challenge starting on the 1st of October. And let's build this and take it to the next level. There's nothing more exciting than new, fresh energy. Let me tell you something. You guys watched Stephen and Vinesh on Monday. They did Motivation Monday, did the training. Absolutely amazing. Guess what? I twisted their arm, and they're going to be doing Motivation Monday again. They're going to be doing their 3rd session on Monday. But now Stephen and Vinesh, I introduced to Gift of Legacy 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. And you know what? In the last 4 weeks, let me tell you something. Because of Stephen and Vinesh joining and the group that I'm on, we've obviously got a WhatsApp group. The excitement and the enthusiasm on that group has reignited my fire like you have no idea. And I just can't wait to get cracking on my list and start sharing this with everybody. Let me tell you, there's nothing like new, we call it like fresh blood. You have to have a transfusion, a blood transfusion. We all know that we're going through the process at the moment right now of a lot of the space fillers, and we're doing a cleanup of Gift of Legacy. And the people that are going to remain are the people that are meant to be here. The people that remain are the people that are meant to be here. I said this a little while back, is, when we launched Gift of Legacy on the 10th of January this year, there was a big build-up towards launching, and it was like the next craze, the next thing. Everybody was just running in, and we grew too fast. We grew too fast. People weren't practicing the concept of slowing down to speed up and getting the right like-minded and like-hearted people. And people were not duplicating. And because of non-duplication, that would slow things down. And this is where we've done the cleanup now. You've heard me say, slow down to speed up. So, in finishing off, something happened yesterday. I go for a walk every morning for an hour. And when I was walking back to the car, I was putting the sunglasses, because what I do, my sunglasses are in the car. I go to my car, put my sunglasses on, go for the walk. And then coming back, I was in a bit too much of a rush. And I opened my car door and I took my sunglasses off, and they fell on the floor and they are scratched like anything. Yeah, did I throw the F word? Let me tell you, I was so frustrated with myself because I wasn't practicing the concept of slowing down and just being aware of the environment, slowing down to speed up. When you do things too much in a rush, oh, that's when you drop things. And then the day before that, my girlfriend dropped her cell phone and cracked her screen. And yeah, we practicing slowing down to speed up. But otherwise, yeah, what's the time now? It is, yeah, quarter two. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for taking the time out, and I hope you got something out of this. I didn't do any slides, didn't do any pictures. I just wanted to talk tonight from my heart, and I just wanted to talk about what I've experienced in my own life. And I just wanted to share this with you. And I promise you guys, I promise you right now, take what I said tonight seriously. Sit down tonight, sit down over this weekend, make that name list of 100 people, minimum of 100 people, and start sending that link tree out. And your life will change in ways that you would never thought possible. And I can promise you right now, you do this and you start getting new people into Gift of Legacy right now, you can move through those boards faster than you would ever imagine. The system is now ready for it. Let's start the 30-day challenge, guys. Let's start the 30-day challenge. Oh, and why am I also saying the 30-day challenge, also starting now? As I mentioned, we start Gift of Legacy on the 10th of January. On the 10th of October, we are going to be 9 months old. I thought we were born on the 10th of January. No, we weren't. We were conceived on the 10th of January. Then we were going through the different trimesters. And let me tell you something, that was a hectic pregnancy, Gift of Legacy is now ready to be birthed. We are ready, and I'm looking forward to riding the boards of abundance with every single one of you. Let's go out there and let's make a difference, and let's change the world one person at a time, and let's make an impact. Let's make an impact in this world. There we go. I love those little rockets going up. Oh, it's a pleasure, guys. It's an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And yes, again, thank you so much for taking the time out. Get your name lists ready. You know what? Send me pictures. Send pictures on the groups of those name lists. Let's take this seriously, guys. And let's start the movement. Let's get the excitement going. Let's get those groups on fire, guys. Let's get those groups on fire. Let's start the 30-day challenge. Let me just double check the date of the 1st of October. There we go. Yeah, 1st of October, guys. 1st of October is on Saturday. Let's do it, guys. Let's all start the 30-day challenge on the 1st of October. From our side, good night. God bless. Look after yourselves. Have an awesome week. Have an abundant week. And see you guys for motivation next week, Monday. And chat you all on the groups. Love you lots, guys. Love you all.
How do you see the number of contacts? You can't see it.
On your iPhone, you can see the number of contacts.
Number? No, you can see the contacts. You can't see how many. 2 contacts?
No, I'll show you. I don't know how to use an iPhone.
But you said you can check there.
Yes, I know how to do it on Android, not on iPhone. You know, those iPhones are weird. I don't know how they work.
No.
They're all weird. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.